What's up, guys? It's the Warrior COTP here. Back. All right, hold the applause. I appreciate it, but wait till the end of the video. So I'm back with my DVD collection, part 7. I'm probably going to get tongue twisted somewhere along the line here because from my count, I'm going to have about 60 parts to my DVD collection, or maybe a little more. We'll find out. Just playing it by ear. But yeah, this first one that I'm showing in this part. Now I'm back to my actions that I actually had room. Really, it's the beginning of my collection for years. So everything else I've been putting in boxes, shoving behind my collection and everything else. So I got a lot. I just ain't got the room for it all up front yet. So anyway, I'm sorry. First one, I got double feature, Kurt Russell collection, Executive Decision and Unlawful Entry. And I'm pretty sure I have Executive Decision again, but we'll find out. But I don't think I have Unlawful Entry. So next is Ladder 49. This was actually made in Baltimore, where I'm from. So I actually had a friend that worked at a fire station in Baltimore where this was filmed at, and he said he met both of the actors. I'm not going to spread no rumors, but let's just say one of them was a little bit scared. Let's just say that. One of them was not. You do the guess. So this is the back of it. This movie's a good movie, though. All right. So next, we got Last Man Standing, Bruce Willis. I had this back in the day on VHS. Honestly, this is a cool gangster film. It kind of like a gangster film with Western vibes because it basically takes place out west, and it's like the Al Capone era, but it takes place in out west. So you can only imagine if you're in a gangster films. And this also has the bad guy from the Warriors in it too. He plays the main bad guy, the guy that's in Commando. Forgot his name. He's also in other movies like 48 Hours. All right, so next one, we have Last Samurai. So I came across this film a good amount years back. My brother-in-law was like, "You ever seen Last Samurai?" And I said, "No." Honestly, I knew about it. I probably seen it tons of times to watch, and I just never felt like watching it because I just thought it was going to be cheesy. And I watched it with him, just like I've shared good films with him, and I loved it. So the next time I came across it, which I came across it quite often back then, I bought it. Now this Goodwill one is $2.29, so I know what county that is in Baltimore. So that's a certain county in Maryland where they cost $2.29. My county, they cost $1.29. Now Baltimore County, I haven't been to Baltimore County in a while, but I'm sure they're cheaper than $2.29. They're probably like what they are in my county. All right, next we got Lock Up. Now this is a movie I never owned on VHS, but I did have it on DVD before I had it on DVD this time, back in my 20s. So I ended up losing most of my movies, just being neglectful and just absent-minded and stuff like that, and just not taking care of it. I was younger, but now I take care of my stuff, so it's a little bit different. I'm older, but yeah, Lock Up is a great movie. basically Donald Sutherland's the warden, and he's trying to make Stallone's life hell because he broke free out of his prison. He was the only person that ever broke out of his prison. I'm not going to give you no more. You definitely watch it. Great movie. Awesome Stallone movie. Definitely in the top tier of my favorite Stallone movies. Matter of fact, here, I'll let you guys read it if you want. Feel free to pause it at any time in this video to read them. Next, we got Master and Commander, Russell Crowe. Now, I'm pretty sure this was a remake of a movie, but I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure it was. But this is a really good movie. I remember my dad used to love watching this when it first came out. Put it up there so you can read it. Next, we got The Mechanic. Now, this is not the original Mechanic. This is a remake of The Mechanic. The original Mechanic was made with Charles Bronson. I've actually never seen this one before, ever. This is still unopened, but I do like Jason Statham, and eventually I'll watch it. The original Mechanic with Charles Bronson, it's not my favorite Charles Bronson film, but I do like it. It's actually a really cool film. It's just a little bit slower pace, but if this is a little bit faster pace, I can see this one being really good. But anyway, definitely check The Mechanic out with Charles Bronson and Jason Statham. Like I said, I've said it before, Jason Statham, he's a pretty stellar actor. All of his stuff's good that I've ever seen. Next, I got a triple feature here. Missing in Action, Missing in Action 2, and Missing in Action 3. Now, I know I got multiple copies of Chuck Norris Missing in Actions. It's because you see how this has 3? I basically got other movies with Chuck Norris with Missing in Actions on it, or Canon movie pack with extra Missing in Actions in it. So it's kind of like, you know, it just stuff that came with extra missing. So if one of these ever get messed up, I got another copy of Missing in Action. Now, I don't know how many I got of each, but definitely got some extra copies of Missing in Action, that's for sure. All right, that's it for that one. Next, we got Natural Born Killers. Now, I have not seen this in a long time. It's been too long. But, yeah, this is kind of like a cult classic. Woody Harrelson, Tommy Lee Jones. But, yeah, here's the thing if you want to read it. Never Cry Wolf. This is a Walt Disney film. I know I've seen it before a long time ago. I can't remember what it's about, to be honest with you. But I know it's a good film. Most of the movies in that era were pretty good films of Walt Disney's. Walt Disney was, honestly, they usually always put out pretty good movies. I'm not the biggest fan of Walt Disney nowadays, but back then they usually put out some good, like, cool, like, nature, animal films and stuff like that. Next, we got Next. This is with Nicolas Cage. This was actually a pretty cool film. If you've never seen it, definitely check it out. There you go. Sorry about that. I usually have it go really smooth when I'm looking at my phone as I'm showing you guys this. When I start looking down and trying to not look at where the DVD situates, you can pretty much tell. So next one, I got No Country for Old Men. This has Tommy Lee Jones and Josh Brolin and whatever that other guy is in the middle. I've seen him in different movies. He plays a pretty solid character in this movie, though. I know that. But Josh Brolin, if you guys don't know who he is, he's the older brother in The Goonies. But yeah, if you've never seen this, definitely check it out. Awesome movie. I remember the first time I saw this, I loved this film. All right, next film is we got Steven Seagal, Out for Justice. Another great Seagal film. That's what I'm saying. Like, people that hate on Seagal and act like he don't got no good movies, they're full of crap. Like, I get people don't like people for their politics or how they act in real life, or, you know, it's like Keanu Reeves. A lot of people love Keanu Reeves because he's really down-to-earth dude. You know, but when you're talking about movies, you know, you judge a person on their movies, how they act, how they do. And honestly, back in the day, Seagal, his movies were on point. I ain't trying to fat shame him, but when he was thinner, he definitely made really good movies. I think that's another reason why people hate on him, to be honest. Next movie, this is one of my favorite thrillers. I guess you couldn't even, I mean, there's action in it, but this is a thriller. It has Michael Keaton that played Batman Beetlejuice, amongst many other roles. He plays a really good psychopath, Michael Keaton. It's basically about a couple, Melanie Griffith, Matthew Modine. They rent out an apartment in a building that they rent or fix up and rent, and he basically becomes a tenant from hell. That's all I'm going to say. But they're very, let's put it this way, they push back. So it's a really good film. If you've never seen it, I would suggest this. This is one of, if I had to pick 100 movies, this would be in it. This would be like my thriller movie, or one of my thriller movies. It's awesome. All right, so next we got Steven Seagal, The Patriot. So this movie is actually pretty cool. I know some people don't like it, but I like it. It's probably one of my films of Seagal that I least can stand. It's a good movie. It's solid. Let's put it that way. So we got Remo Williams. This is Fred Ward. He actually died. Wilford Brimley's in it too. If you guys remember Our House, Wilford Brimley's in it. He actually died recently. He was also the father of Joe Dirt. He's been in countless other movies too. But Remo Williams is a pretty funny like action movie. It's even a little bit sci-fi-ish, like Big Trouble in Little China. Matter of fact, I wouldn't be surprised. I don't know which one was made first, but I wouldn't be surprised if they kind of rode off of that a little bit, one or the other. But definitely a cool film. Next, we got my favorite Quentin Tarantino movie, Reservoir Dogs. So we got Michael Madsen, which I did a movie, Against All Hope, and I think it was Collection Part 4, with him in it, one of his first movies. I love Michael Madsen, great actor, solid, tough guy. Steve Buscemi, and I don't know the rest of their names, but yeah, great film, great cast. Definitely excellent film. But yeah, check this out. Now I will say you might have to watch it 2 or 3 times to get it. So don't feel like you missed something because you didn't get it the first time you watch it. Just rewatch it, because it kind of jumps back and forth from scenes. Next movie, I got Robert De Niro and Al Pacino in Righteous Kill. Now this movie, as you can see, still unopened. Next movie I got, one of my favorite movies, at least Patrick Swayze. Well, I got a lot of Patrick Swayze movies I like. It's Roadhouse. It's an awesome film. If you've never seen it, they've remade Roadhouse recently, which, you know, the fight sequences were cool, but this movie is actually really cool. It's about a bouncer that goes to a bar that gets hired on to try to clean it up, and the town's basically ran by a corrupt dude that he basically extorts all the business. He runs the town. So he ends up fighting him. Sam Elliott's in it. It's his buddy. I'm not going to say too much because I don't want to ruin it. But very cool movie. There you go. Yeah, definitely check out Roadhouse. If you're, you know, wasn't born in that era, or remember it, just watch it. It's a very good movie. Next is a Tom Hanks, Road to Perdition. Very good film. Paul Newman in it. Definitely check it out. I love both actors. Yeah, I've heard stuff about Tom Hanks recently. But like I said, man, yeah, I like a lot of his movies. The next one is Jackie Chan, Rumble in the Bronx. You know, if you like Jackie Chan, typical good Jackie Chan movie. Very entertaining. It's a snap case of it. Next movie, my wife got this for me, I think for Christmas or my birthday. I can't remember. I think it was Christmas. But this movie is not your everyday movie. I think you can watch it on YouTube for free. But it has Kelly Preston and Patrick Dempsey. And I think it was made in 88 or 87 or something. And it's basically about a college guy that works at a garage, and he has to drive a car to Atlantic City, and the guy gives him a certain amount of money. The car ends up breaking down. So when he takes it to the shop, to their local shop to get repaired, he runs into a cab driver. He says he wants something to eat. Then the cab driver ends up taking him to some casino. The guy that owns the casino, his son is in there, and he's just the biggest piece of work in town, the son, and he ends up starting a fight with him. He don't even do nothing. The guy trips, busts his head, and basically he's getting chased by the dude's men. The town's paid off by the cops, by the men, or by the boss. It's basically like almost like a mob boss type movie. And he's just got to get away from the corrupt cops. And, you know, the guy, Danny Howard was his name, Danny Howard's father. He basically owns the town. But yeah, if you've never seen this, I would watch it. Honestly, this is a forgotten gem. I don't even know if it ever had much hype to it or nothing. But it's a great movie. Good acting. Just awesome. I'll put it up here if you want to read it. Oh, yeah, unless you're reading Chinese, you ain't reading that. Sorry. But like I said, it's on YouTube. So if you want to watch it before you buy it, do that. Next. This was a movie that I got for Christmas. think one of my kids got me this for Christmas. I can't remember. But this is a movie I got for Christmas. It's one of the movies I could not find. I used to, well, I didn't really have it on VHS. My dad had it on VHS when I was younger. But it's a really good movie. It has Jesse the Body Ventura in it. He's also in Predator with Arnold Schwarzenegger. Who else is in it? The guy that used to be in, I think Price is Right or something back in the day. I forgot. But anyway, if you've never seen this Arnold movie, it's awesome. Basically, it's supposed to be in the future. He got put in a prison work camp. He was part of the military or police force, and he got charged for something he did not do and blamed for something that he refused to do. And basically, it's just corrupt society, and they got people playing on a game show, and they got to fight to stay alive. It's basically, it just kind of makes the future look like it's all based on lies and deceit, and people are just sheep, and it's just it's crazy. It's a pretty crazy futuristic movie, but it's awesome. Very cool movie. Running Man. All right. Next, we got Running Scared. Now, there's probably so the guy from City Slickers, forgot his name. Not the guy from Home Alone, but the other one. He was in a movie called Running Scared with this black dude. I forgot what that was called. And then there was another movie called Running Scared with Judd Reinhold, the guy from Beverly Hills Cop, and Chaz from Suburbia. That was from the late 70s. So there's a couple movies called Running Scared, and there's probably more, but this is one with Paul Walker. This is a pretty cool film. Definitely check it out here. I'll put it up here. Honestly, most of the movies I've ever seen with Paul Walker have been pretty good. So, we got Al Pacino, Scarface next. Now, this movie is a 2-disc anniversary. I've had probably 3-4 copies of Scarface throughout time, from VHS to DVD copies. I actually I had another copy of this. I bought it and I gave the other one away. But if you've never seen Scarface, it's probably classic of classics of gangster movies. And Michelle Pfeiffer in it. This guy, Manny, he also played in a movie called Gleaming the Cube. He was a cop in it. One of my favorite movies. With Christian Slater. All right, so next we got Al Pacino, Serpico. Another cool film, cop film of the 70s. Never seen it, check it out. So Al Pacino was on fire back in the day. All right, next we got the Schindler's List. This is has Liam Neeson in it. This is about the days of Hitler and old Germany, and Liam Neeson basically owns and runs a shop, and he uses cheap labor. You just gotta watch it. It's a pretty long film, but it's a good film. Very sad, but basically Liam Neeson's role or character in that film, he basically has a heart, and ends up being not such a bad guy after all. Yeah, Schindler's List. Sounds like the DVD might be loose in there. I might be wrong, but this is unopened. Next, we got Showdown in Little Tokyo. Dolph Lundgren and Brandon Lee. Brandon Lee was Bruce Lee's son. If you don't know, his biggest film was The Crow. He was in a bunch of like B movies back in the day. I would honestly consider this a B movie kind of. Um, but yeah, and Dolph Lundgren, if you don't realize who he is, he played He-Man in the live action film. He was Rocky 4. He played the Russian dude. Played lots of films, Expendables. But pretty cool film. I enjoy it. You know, I feel like Cannon had B-movie vibes, a lot of them. The Cannon movies back in the day. And a lot of them were pretty solid movies, so I'm not knocking B movies. Next, we got Sin City. I don't know if he made it. That's why I was looking at Quentin Tarantino. I don't know if he made this or not. It's been a long time since I saw this. Yeah, just like I thought, Bruce Willis is in it. It's a decent film. It's not my favorite film. It's kind of really fast-paced, like comic bookish. But from what I remember, it was a decent film. If you ever see it and you get a nice price for it, decent movie to have in your collection. All right, so now we got the Smokey and the Bandit collection, the Pursuit Pack. Pretty cool. So we got all three Smokey and the Bandits here. I was definitely excited to find this one. I'll tell you that much. Next, we got Smoking Aces. If you've never seen Smoking Aces, it's a pretty good film. Like it says, this movie will blow you away. Next, we got Smoking Aces 2. And yeah, this was a Blockbuster. So looks like this used to be a rental. But as you can see, I check all my movies. Make sure they're decent, especially if I get them from somewhere where I can actually open them up and look. Plus, you never know, that movie might have a different movie in it. So I always check. Anytime you can't really check it unless you order something off eBay. Which, like I said, I've had pretty good luck off of eBay. All right, so this is the special edition of Snatch. A lot of different actors in this. Benicio del Toro. Brad Pitt's in it. Jason Statham. One of his all-star cast. Here, let me put that up there so you guys can read it. In case you want to ever check it out. Now, I'm one of those people, I like watching trailers before I buy movies. Or if I hear about them, like say if one of you guys talk about a movie or show a movie, I'll watch a trailer before I buy it. So don't ever go by my word. But then sometimes trailer don't give justice either. So I guess you can go by my word. I like movies. So I told you I had more copies of State of Grace. This movie I got years ago. So this version is a Dollar Tree version too, because it don't have the MGM up here. It has it on the side right here. So I put this in my collection. The one I found in PA at the Goodwill was a legit copy or original copy of State of Grace. I gave that to my brother-in-law. I got this as a birthday present for my daughter, so I kept this one. You know, yeah, I know, it's sweet. So, like I said, I think I got another copy of State of Grace somewhere. So don't be surprised in one of these hauls if you see another copy of State of Grace. I'm pretty sure I got another one. All right, so next we got Stephen King The Stand. Now, I'm pretty sure this was made for TV because I'm pretty sure I watched it on TV back in the day when it came out. And this is like a part series of it. It's basically more than just one. I think it's like 3 different or something. It's been a long time since I saw it, but I'm pretty sure Gary Sinise is in this. Yep, Gary Sinise is in it. Guy that plays Lieutenant Dan. Now, if you've never seen this movie and you're into like horrors or pandemic movies or Stephen King movies, this is top notch. Next, big fan of Van Damme. You will know this or find it out. So I liked playing Street Fighter when I was younger. I remember watching this when I was young, but you know, just like Mortal Kombat, you know, it's cool for like nostalgia or you know, just the fact that they made a movie, but it's not my favorite movie. Let's put it that way. Really not my favorite movie. It's cool. It's just not my favorite movie. Just like I said, Mortal Kombat, one of my favorite. Yeah, I went and saw that in movie theater when it first came out with Christopher Lambert as Raiden. I liked it, but you know, I'm not gonna act like I was overjoyed with watching it. It was cool though. All right, so next I got I bought this, I think nah. All right, so I think I got this from Second Ave thrift store, because down the road at Big Lots, I found the Jesse Stone collection. And I think it was like 5 or 10 movies. I don't know. I'll come across it one of these times. And it basically had all the Jesse Stone movies in it. So these are extra movies. But yeah, this is Jesse Stone collection. And it's only 3 of the movies. And that's Tom Selleck, Magnum P.I. Or the guy that played Magnum P.I. Never seen Magnum P.I. It was an awesome 80s TV show. Next, got Tango and Cash. Cash and Tango. Which one is more of a menace, as Jack Palance would say. Great movie. You know, when I got something to admit. When I was younger, this movie meant way more to me than now when I watch it. Do I still like it? Yes. But back in the day, I'm telling you, I loved this movie. Now I've gotten older. Yeah, I'll watch it and I still enjoy it. But it don't have the same appeal to me. It's still an awesome, fun movie. Don't get me wrong. It just, I don't know, it seemed way more awesome when I was younger. But, you know what? I love Stallone and Kurt Russell. Cool movie. All right. So next, we got Taxi Driver. Either you love it or you hate it. I know most people that watch this movie just feel like De Niro plays like this very dark film. He basically becomes a vigilante. You know, he gets tired of hearing the politics. You know, he gets tired of hearing all the excuses. You know, I mean, he just knows right from wrong, and just acts like he's above the law. But it's a very cool film. I like it. If I could compare it to something, I would compare it to the Death Wish series, but he don't really have a vendetta besides just seeing the world how nasty and corrupt and evil it is. And that dude right there, he's in Reservoir Dogs. I forgot his name. And he's also in a bunch of other movies I like. So, yeah, Reservoir Dogs is awesome. He plays an awesome role in Reservoir Dogs. He plays a pimp in this role. Oh, yeah, I think Jodie Foster's in that, too. Pretty sure. All right, so next we got The Godfather, the original Godfather. The best Godfather there is, my opinion, Godfather 1. Yes, it is drawn out and slow movie, but it's a classic. If you've never seen The Godfather, check it out. I mean, it's got Al Pacino in it. Forgot his name. Marlon Brando. And it has other, I think Robert Duvall's in it too. It's been a while since I watched it. I haven't watched it since VHS, so that tells you something right there. Godfather Part 2. Cool sequel. Worth watching. If you like the first one, watch the second one. Why not? Now, I got Godfather Part 3 somewhere in my collection. But, yeah, I'll come across it. Like I said, I came across that not probably about a year or two ago, and I didn't have room to throw it up there with the other Godfathers. Pretty sure. So that's why it's not in behind it. So next we got Top Gun. The new Top Gun I heard was really good. I haven't watched it yet. If I ever run across that on DVD, I will get it. Yeah, Top Gun's a classic. Next, we got Humphrey Bogart, The Treasure of the Sierra Madre. Classic Humphrey Bogart movie. If you don't know who Humphrey Bogart is, he played in like African Queen, I think Dark Passage. He played a bad guy in a lot of roles in the beginning. Then he ended up getting picked for a role or to play a role that somebody else wouldn't play. Then all of a sudden he became like one of the top actors. They did not want to give him a lead man role. They liked him as a bad guy. Well, Humphrey Bogart's a great actor. Definitely suggest watching any movie you come across of him. All right, so I bought this movie for this movie, The Last Stand. That has Johnny Knoxville in it, and it's about some guy that's going through a small town, and I think like the FBI is chasing them down or something, and they're basically telling him to stand down, and he's like, you know, this is my town. I'm not. And it's kind of funny. If you like Johnny Knoxville, it almost has like Johnny Knoxville has the same feel as like the Friend in Walking Tall. So yeah, but in this also it had Maggie. So this was like a plus. I got it for this, but it had Total Recall, Red Heat. It had Hercules. It had Maggie in it. And I already had T2. But I needed all these. But that's the reason why I got it. So this was just an all-around plus getting this. I'll tell you that. So it's still unopened. So the last one of this one is The Legend of Zorro. If you've never seen Legend of Zorro with Antonio Banderas, definitely check it out. And they also made another Zorro. That was awesome too. So the Zorro movies were awesome. If you never watched old Zorro movies, the black and whites, check them out. And if you never watched the Zorros that were made in the 90s, the TV show, they were awesome too. So the Zorros have always been a pretty solid series. The Masked Swordsman. So at any rate, that's the last of the DVDs for this part 7 of my DVD collection. I appreciate you guys watching. If you guys got anything out of this, if you liked it, if you're new, this is the first one you watched them, you want to go back, definitely check it out. If you feel like you want to sub and you liked it, that's awesome. Well, thanks for watching, and I will see you guys the next collection I put out. And I also have a DVD haul coming up recently, or movies that I got recently from off of eBay, and a few I got from the Goodwill. Since I've got so much stuff, when I go to the Goodwill, sometimes I'll find some stuff I watch or would want, and you'll see during that haul. But all right, at any rate, thanks for watching, guys. All right, talk to you later.